Now, I'm joined by Clare manager Paul Madden. Paul, when you look at this game, there's a number of aspects to it. A good, solid start from Clare, opening 10 minutes, 2 points up. Then Westmeath came back into it again. But I suppose this game was really defined and made it difficult for Clare with the closing 10-15 minutes of that first half.
Yeah, I think we went from maybe starting well, winning ball, and we were a couple of points up, as you said, and then they came back into it, and that's the nature of this game now. If you turn over ball, it's kind of a seesaw game, and they got a couple of scores, kind of let them in handy enough for a few of those scores, and then the goal probably, it put a bit of a glass on the first half for them, but we caused our own problems in the first half. We turned over the ball needlessly. We got caught then on the break, and they tapped over scores, and the goal was a bit of a sucker punch for our time. But an 8-point lead in a modern game isn't insurmountable. I think they got the first score of the second half. They were up to 9, and then we brought it back to 2, and then we did some silly things with the ball, and we got turned over again. Our turnovers were the problem, and in this game you get punished for turnovers.
Yeah. What was said at half time? We just said we were down 8, they got the first, we were down 9, and then Clare absolutely towered into the game.
Yeah.
Just couldn't get that catch, couldn't get level, couldn't get the lead. But a towering performance in that. 15
there was about
yeah.
15 or 18 minutes to start second half. We did really, really well. What was said at half time, I think what was said before the game, our focus was to go out and work hard and put ourselves in a position to try and win the game, and I didn't feel that we had done enough by way of effort in the first half, and our attention to detail, those little things, attention to detail, our decision making, selecting to kick past the ball when a hand pass is on, getting intercepted, and little things like that, they're just small switch offs, and we got punished for them all. So really what we said at half time was that they needed to get out there and they needed to get stuck in and get the basics right, and they did. And then it was like whenever we made a mistake, it seemed to drain the life out of us. Every mistake seemed to be the weight of the world on our shoulders, as opposed to, how was our response, how was our reaction, which, to be honest, at times today wasn't good enough.
In fairness to Westmeath, they maximised that breaking ball all the time. They just seemed to get a score from every breaking ball, even from deep inside their own half.
Well, we did our analysis on Westmeath, and we knew that they were kind of a middle third team. So if they win the ball in the middle third, they go hard, they're fit, they're direct runners. So we knew that was their target area, and we did exceptionally well on their kickouts. We want to think over 60% of their kickouts, which would suggest that you have a good platform. And we lost a few of our own there in the first half. But overall, I suppose, look, they deserved their win, and you have to say that.
There's a break for 2 weeks for the next game. When you start off, you always talk about promotion. Now we're talking about getting points on the board.
Yeah. Well, we're always talking about getting points on the board, but one tends to lead to the other, you know what I mean? And look, as I said to the lads in the huddle there, we've a few days to clear the heads from football now, to have a bit of a break. It's been a busy couple of weeks, and we're obviously in a place now that we didn't want to be. We're at no points on the board after 2 games, and as manager of the team, I have to say still, I take full blame for anything that happens there. That's my call, and I'll do a full review on what we're doing and what we're not doing. But the players' job now is keep your heads up and to get back to training on Tuesday and train hard, and everything else, all the side shows, I'll deal with those.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking forward to that, Paul. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, the hurdle too.
They won anyway. They won anyway. I didn't get the final score, but they won anyway. That was a tricky little encounter anyway.
That was a tricky one,
that's for sure. That's for sure. Right, Paul.